Coming up on this week's edition of the Sports Desk, if you want high school football previews, you've come to the right place because we're having a fire sale. All of the local high schools will discuss their upcoming seasons, and it doesn't stop there. You'll hear from Camino College as well. Plus, we're going to play some badminton at the YMCA and then join these kids for some water polo over at the Plunge. Get ready, Torrance. The Sports Desk begins right now. Hello and welcome everyone. This is the Sports Desk. Thank you so much for joining us. I am your host, AJ Vittone, and we've got plenty to talk about this week, including all of those high school football previews you've been craving. But first, you know the drill, Torrance. We can't do this show without you, so don't forget to hit us up on social media. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Our handle is @TheSportsDeskTV. Share your videos, photos, and story ideas, and remember to use the hashtag the Sports Desk TV. This is your show, Torrance, so by all means, get involved and spread the word. According to Coach Hollis, there's something different about this year's training camp. Different in a good way, of course. Levels of energy, passion, desire, and dedication are the highest that Coach has witnessed in a very long time. There's excitement in the air surrounding this year's Torrance High School football team. It's pretty safe to say the Tartars have tasted their fair share of defeat over the past couple seasons, but now they're hangry, which for those of you who don't know is a combination of hungry and angry. And right now these guys are the hangriest that Coach has ever seen. This season, Zamperini Stadium will be laser focused on the 3 Ds: desire, dedication, and discipline. The offensive line will be a huge strength for the Tartars, and they'll be setting the table for the return of the double wing T offense, which is getting rave reviews so far. Senior leadership will come from guys like Tony DaCosta, who returns to the O-line as the leader of the pack, and then Adam Mendoza, who expects to wreak havoc at both running back and safety. And if you're Coach Rock Hollis, you're doing a double take right now on the double wing.
We have 4 quarterbacks, and the way the offense is set up is they can actually be a running back. And then the running backs could actually, play 3 or 4 different positions. So we're not going to just line up and do like we've conventionally done in the past. Where guys are learning all kinds of different positions. So that's the excitement part. I haven't seen this much excitement about bringing back that offense than any other time in the time I've coached here.
This year we're coming in, giving it our all, and we got some good players, so we'll see what happens. It's a lot different this year. The energy is higher, and it just seems a lot better. But now every senior on our team knows what it feels like to go 2 straight losing seasons. So now I feel that everybody is hungry to come back and, get at least 3, 4, maybe more than that wins.
I've been leading this team for a while, and I'm getting used to it, but comes with a lot of responsibility, so I'm working on it.
We're putting in a new offense this year, and it came together pretty well because we've been working all since spring, getting our timing and everything down, and it's gelling pretty well. From our past years, we've really came together, because our past 2 seasons weren't that great, but we really came together, and we know what it's like to lose, and now we want to see what it's like to win.
Our expectations, we're going to play hard, and we're going to move the ball down the field. And if I punt, punch me in the face. And I'm serious.
Come on, think.
Wait, what? Punch Coach in the face? Nah, man, don't do that. He's a cool dude. We like Coach. The Tartars varsity squad will open the 2017 season when they travel to Huntington Beach on Thursday, August 31st for a non-conference game against Marina High School. Kickoff is slated for shortly after 7 p.m. We've all heard the saying, once bitten, twice shy, but what if you've been bitten by the injury bug? Then it takes on a whole new meaning. Just ask the Spartans of South High. Last season, the injury bug got 10 kinds of salty on the football team, and at one point, it seemed as if everyone was injured. The good news is the Spartans used the offseason to hit the weight room and get stronger, which hopefully will cut down on those annoying injuries. The Spartans are back on the field, and even though the team is going to be very young this season, they claim that youth will be their strength. One thing is for sure, the Spartans have to score more points this season, and they're hoping that this guy, starting quarterback and sophomore Drew Nash, can help put some points on the board. Rowan Malou will be the go-to receiver after missing most of last season with a knee injury, and Samson Kawaya, who transferred to South last season, will make his first appearance at varsity as a linebacker and running back. According to Coach Mishler, the experienced offensive line is expected to shoulder the burden.
We played a lot of young guys on our line last year. We started 3 sophomores on our offensive line. So we think that they're going to be, a year with varsity experience. They should be able to take off. So we feel pretty good about our offensive line. Defensively, we just want to, kind of build off what we did last year. I think we got put in some bad positions just, by our lack of offense and kind of have made the defense be on the field more. So I think we kind of want to build on some of those things we did. Just play fast, be aggressive, and just make the team earn every inch that they get.
Our weaknesses last year is a lot of people got hurt. So what we did is prevent that. We worked hard in the weight room, conditioned a lot more, trying to get our bodies ready for the season. Trying to prevent a lot of injuries. Trying to show everybody that we're not a losing team. Trying to prove people wrong, and pretty sure everybody on the team's trying to have the same mindset.
One of my best strengths is definitely my arm. I mean, I don't have a great arm, but I'm good enough. I make the right reads. But as I keep saying, we keep working every day, get our plays down. We have a new offense this year, so it should be good.
Just our team's working hard. We're putting in a lot of effort, conditioning a lot, showing a lot of improvement from last year. Yeah, it should be a good year.
South on 3, South on 3, 1, 2, 3, South!
The Spartans will open the 2017 campaign at home on Thursday, August 31st when they play host to Fountain Valley High School in a non-conference game. Kickoff is scheduled for shortly after 7 bells. All right, according to the seniors at West High, the workouts and weight training were much more difficult this offseason than they've ever been before. And that's because with so many two-way players, depth is always an issue. It just comes with the territory. But one thing is for sure. The quarterback and receiver positions are solid, and the O-line is senior heavy. But the Warriors are also going to be a young team this season, which means, as always, there's plenty of excitement along with a decent amount of concern. And that means this guy, head coach Greg Holt, will have his hands full this season. Like I said, the offensive line is looking good, and hopefully will get stronger as the season progresses. The running game, however, could be the surprise. The receivers are going to grab some headlines. High flyer Max Parrish will be a big reason why. He's back and stronger than ever. And then outside linebacker and fellow senior coming up right here, Austin Turner, is expected to ramp up the D. But the offense has everyone talking, and that's because Coach Holt has a new offensive coordinator.
This is my first year calling the offense here, so I'm pretty excited about it. I've been here 10 years. I think these guys, this is a great school, a great group of guys. We have some great rivalries in the area, North, Torrance, South. They're all good guys over there, but there's always such a good rivalry, and it's always fun to be the one that everybody wants to beat. Our main strength are going to be we have a little bit of depth at quarterback and receiver, so I think we're going to have a good passing game, but I think we're going to surprise a lot of people with our running game.
Everything's gone smoothly. We're just putting on the same stuff, and everything's meshing pretty well right now. Right now we're focused on week 1, Culver City. If we beat North, the rest of the season, it's we want to win a league title, but beating North is the main goal.
Me and a few other seniors got together and we told ourselves that, we need a better group of leaders, a better group of seniors to, set a better example for the younger kids. And so that's what we really tried to do, try to work harder in the weight room, work harder out in the field for conditioning, to set a better example for the younger kids coming in. And strengths would be our leadership with our senior group. I think we have a pretty well-focused senior group, and I think we're ready to take on whatever comes our way.
The Warriors will open their season on Friday, September 1st when they travel to Culver City High School for a non-conference game. Kickoff for that one is scheduled for, you guessed it, 7 o'clock in the p.m. Be there or be square. The choice is yours. Okay, we're going to take a quick break here on the Sports Desk, but don't you move a muscle because we're not done with our football preview bonanza. Coming up next, we're going to check in with once more the Saxons of North Torrance and the Knights of Bishop Montgomery. And let's not forget about the El Camino College Warriors. They have plenty to say about their upcoming season. You're watching the Sports Desk. It's the only sports show designed with the Torrance sports fan in mind. We'll be right back.
Hey,
Put down the phone, Rob.
Yes, but see, you don't have a college degree.
Well, no, but
okay, well...
Wait. Before you skip over me, can you at least hear me out? No, I do not have a college degree, but I've been working 2 jobs since the age of 18. I've been doing internships while raising my little brother, and any moment that I can spare, I'm studying, just trying to better myself. Okay, I'm ready for this.
Wow. I'd love to hear more.
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
That's how I got them.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back, everyone. Remember to follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you know, the places where the cool kids hang out. Share your story ideas, post your photos and videos. We want to hear from you, Torrance. After all, this is your show. All right, let's keep with the football previews. Let's get those puppies going again. Right now, we're going to revisit 2 schools we discussed earlier this summer, starting with Bishop Montgomery. The Knights lost 19, count them please, 19 seniors from last year's squad. So, as I'm sure you can imagine, the young guys have to step up big time in order for Bishop to have a chance this season. And those young guys were working extra hard over the summer, getting ready to fill plenty of empty shoes. The team is very, very young. That much is true. But according to Coach Hodgkiss, the good news is the offensive line is quite strong for the first time in a long time.
I think our offensive line is going to be our strength. You know, that hasn't always been our strength, but this year we have a lot of guys returning an offensive line, and we've got some size for the first time. We're going to have to improve on our skill guys. We're losing a bunch of guys that went off for playing college football right now at wide receivers and running back, and we're going to have to find guys to step up and replace them. Losing 19 guys. So we have to identify guys where they're going to play. It's a great opportunity for a lot of our young guys to step up and start and find a spot, and that's been our focus this summer.
The Knights will open their season at home when they play host to Linwood on Friday night, September 1st. Kickoff is slated for shortly after 7 bells. As for the Saxons of North Torrance, the spotlight will be shining extra bright on their senior class. After all, this is their time to show what they're made of. And that's exactly what head coach Todd Croce is hoping will happen in the first few games so they can set the tone for the rest of the season. The seniors over at North Torrance would love to finish 8-2 or better, and the coaches have spent the summer stressing the importance of the O-line staying healthy and the defense playing stingy. If that happens, it'll certainly make life easier for guys like quarterback Sean Sigala and his fellow seniors.
It's a senior-driven group, so the light bulb moments kind of hit these guys, and in the off-season right after last year, they started working hard and preparing for this. So, you know, their time is now, and they know that this is what they've got to do. So I think those seniors are going to be ready to go. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of youngsters coming up. So those sophomores jumping in this year that you know, had success at the freshman level, but now the speed of the game is going to change quickly, and we'll see how much they can adjust and get ready for that level, hopefully sooner than later.
The Saxons will open their season on Friday, August 25th, when they travel to Banning High School for a non-conference game. Kickoff is scheduled for lucky number 7 o'clock. We were in every game last season for the most part, just 1 or 2 possessions away from closing the deal, and now we have to finish the job. That is a quote from El Camino College second-year head coach Gifford Lindheim. The Warriors finished 4-6 last season and 4th in the conference, and even though several of those players have moved on to the next level, ECC is expecting to turn some heads this season, and that's because their 2 leading rushers and 4 of their offensive linemen are returning. And if the Warriors felt they were knocking on the door in every game last season, this is why they believe they're going to kick it open this season. There is a buzz right now over at Murdoch Stadium, and that's because the passing game is expected to improve greatly to match the already stellar running game. And the offensive line is solid as a rock, which has Coach Lindheim expecting big things from his second-year players.
Nathaniel Fahan and Donovan Davis as a running back, is John L. Jackson's a sophomore running back. Our offensive line, Amari Beal and Maurice Garden and Jacob Scruggs. Your veteran players on both sides of the ball are going to be the guys that kind of pull you through the tough times and teach the young guys what to do right and what the culture of the place is. And so we're expecting big things from those guys.
We're very deep at running back. We return 4 offensive line starters. We return our 2 leading rushers. We're deep there. I think the growing pains are really going to happen at the wide receiver position. Got some really talented guys, but they're also very young. So for us, it's really going to be about those guys growing up and playing at this level and learning, but they're very fully capable of it.
We're looking really good this year. Got a new coaching staff, new players coming in, and I think we'll do pretty solid this year. As long as we just stay together and work on the things we need to work on and execute, we should have a great season.
Our strength is that we communicate good, and we got to learn how to have that bond. We're going to keep growing. I don't think we have any weaknesses that I know of, so I don't know any weaknesses yet. This year we got to focus on getting a better record. Last year we went 4-6. We got to at least have a positive record, like 6-4 and better. El Camino is about to take the conference by storm, so be on the lookout. We coming.
And Donovan Davis will be coming right at you, baby. He's one of the reasons why this El Camino College team is so deep at the running back position. If the young players can learn the college football game in a hurry, this team can be very dangerous. The Warriors of El Camino College will open their season on Saturday, September 2nd, when they travel to LA Southwest to begin their non-conference schedule. Kickoff is slated for shortly after 6 p.m. Okay, it's time for us to take another quick timeout, but stay right there because we're far from finished. We've got some real cool stuff coming up next. Like this, Marco Polo. How about some water polo from our friends over at The Plunge? These kids are so cool. And we're going to learn why the game of badminton is so much fun. It really is, man. Don't you dare touch that dial. The Sports Desk returns right after this.
Chris Domine is a husband and a father. Chris is an athlete. Chris is even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris was facing a very different story because his kidneys were failing.
Basically, the doctor said, if you don't get a kidney transplant and if you don't do dialysis, you are going to die.
Fortunately, Chris received a second chance at life, made possible by an organ donor.
You know, your well-being changes, you know, from loss of hope to better times ahead.
More than 100 million people in America are registered organ, eye, and tissue donors. People of every age and ethnicity, because they believe it's the right thing to do. Imagine what you can make possible by leaving behind the gift of life. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Take a good look at yourself. Oh, yeah. And turn. Oh, very nice. Check that smooth backside one more time. No, really. Check it. Do you see any changing or suspicious spots? It's your skin, and it's important. If you're a man over 50, you're in the group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the cancer that kills one person every hour. When detected early, skin cancer is highly treatable. Check yourself out and find someone else to help. Learn more about what to look for at spotskincancer.org. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Welcome back, everyone. I think we can all agree that badminton is actually a very fun sport to play. However, most of us have only played the game in someone's backyard with a bunch of annoying relatives or once every 2 years in high school gym class. And that's just not acceptable. Nope. The good news is we can all play badminton right here in Torrance every week if we wanted to. And here's where all the fun takes place, inside the Torrance Southbay YMCA. Badminton is just one of the many activities offered at the Y, and it's getting popular. On Friday nights from 6 to 10 p.m., the nets are assembled and the birdies are in abundance. Whether you're age 4 or 104, there's a badminton court waiting for you. It's a highly competitive sport. After all, it's actually an Olympic sport, and it can be played one-on-one or in doubles, very much like the sport of tennis.
You're going to see parents playing with their kids. You're going to see adults and teenagers playing back and forth with each other just in fun, recreational ways. So you're going to see some games where people are sharing a court and they're really just volleying the birdie back and forth. And then you're also going to see people who are really playing seriously, and they're going to be breaking a big sweat and they're going to be really focused. And for those people, this is the big exercise that they get every week.
It's a really fun, cool sport that you play to move your muscles, and you could it can help you.
Actually, I started playing with my brother. I was like about 10, and I had a badminton. There used to be a badminton class here, and my brother and I were like in the same class, and that's how I mainly got started. I started off with tennis, and then I'm like, oh, there's badminton.
It looks easy from the outside, but it's a really great exercise. It's a great exercise for the whole body. It's like you're moving around and you're running around, so it's a great exercise and it's a lot of fun.
And that group right there has been playing competitively for more than 10 years now. And as a result, they've become close friends and consider themselves like family. These folks actually wish there were more days a week to play because it's so much fun and great exercise too. Badminton brings people together. It's a great family-oriented sport, and you feel like family when you're playing. So if you'd like to play some badminton at the Torrance Southbay YMCA, why don't you give them a call at 310-325-5885 or log on to ymcala.org and type in Torrance Southbay for more information. And then you can learn how to join. All right, another fun sport to play is water polo, and ironically, it's also an Olympic sport just like badminton. Water polo dates back to the 19th century, where it was a part of county fairs and festivals in places like jolly old England and Scotland. Now you can find the sport being played inside of pools across the globe, including the pool over at the Plunge here in Torrance. Water polo is one of the many activities being offered at the Plunge. On this day, the youngsters were taking a dip in the pool and getting a chance to learn the sport from their instructors. As you can see, the kids are having a great time learning how to pass the ball and shoot the ball in the goal. There's some nice shots here. Check them out. Wow, I think we have some future Olympians in this video. Not too shabby. You certainly learn a lot about endurance with water polo, and it teaches you to play smart instead of playing strong.
It requires a lot of strength, a lot of endurance, and you get that along with the game. It's kind of compared to soccer in the water, except you're not touching the ground, you're treading the whole time, and instead of kicking, you're using your arm and you're shooting the ball.
Watching a family friend play in college, I thought it was really interesting. I did synchronous swimming here at the Plunge earlier, and I already knew how to egg beater and stay afloat, so I thought, might as well try water polo. It was near soccer too as well, so I did it.
We want them to get comfortable with the water, so this has been a good program to get them, introducing them to the water. So this is my first time with my son doing the itty bitty class, and he's enjoying it, and so am I.
I recommend it. I highly recommend it for everyone. It's affordable. It's not as expensive as at other schools, and their times are very accommodating.
If you're interested in playing water polo and you've never played before, we teach polo lessons here for beginners at the Plunge, and it's a great sport, and it's always a fun time.
So cool, man. If you'd like to learn more about the water polo classes at the Plunge, you can call them directly at 310-781-7113 or log on to torranceca.gov and search for The Plunge. Well, that does it for this week's edition of the Sports Desk. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate your support. My name is AJ Vittone, and I've seen, heard, and said enough for 1 week. We'll continue this conversation again very soon, I promise. Until then, don't forget to follow the Sports Desk on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and remember you can email us as well. We'd love to hear from you. All right, that's all the time we have, sports fans. We'll catch you here next time, right here on the Sports Desk.